Congratulations, you and your spouse have just blended your families together. Problem is, your stepson not too keen on the idea. Well, let's talk about that today on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families live happier lives. I lead two organizations, Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization, Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I jump on to Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. Let's answer today's. I have two daughters, 12 years old and 9 years old. I recently remarried, and my new husband moved into my house with his 14-year-old son. I've been together with his dad for 3 years now, and I had a pretty good relationship with my stepson before he moved in. But since he's moved in, he's been unhappy and distant, and he even mentioned moving out as soon as he can. Things were going pretty well, so I didn't anticipate having this kind of issue. What should I do? Well, the first thing is be patient. I know that's a tough thing to do, but I really encourage patience on this. This is going to be a process, and it's going to take him a while to get used to this scenario. And thank you for your question, by the way. I forgot to say thank you. So thank you. I would encourage you to acknowledge his distance, acknowledge his resistance, and just acknowledge it and say, it's okay, it's understandable, I get it. This is going to be a big transition. I'm here for you. If there's anything I can do to help support you, please let me know. But just allow him to kind of be in this place of resistance for a little while. Don't push him to get out of it. Let him go through it. Let him recognize, oh, this is safe. This is comfortable. And if it is safe and comfortable, he will get through it and eventually be okay. Now, it's possible that there are reasons why he's not feeling comfortable. Let's say, for instance, maybe your two daughters aren't really welcoming him, but they don't really show it to you. It's only when you're not around, but he doesn't feel safe to talk to you about it, because if he does, he's going to upset you and then his dad, and maybe he feels kind of alone in this. That may not be true, but that may be part of his thinking. That may be part of his perception. So the more patience and openness you share with him, in time, hopefully he'll come around. There also could be extenuating circumstances that are affecting this. It could be possibly that maybe he feels kind of replaced, even though he's there in the house with his dad. Maybe he feels his dad doesn't really pay enough attention to him, and that's something to be aware of. Also, one other possibility is that maybe accepting this new living situation somehow offends or insults his mother, either in his own mind or in actuality. So it's hard for him to totally embrace this, because he feels in some way he needs to protect or defend his mother. Any of these situations, if it got to a significant point, you may need to seek help and seek therapy for this, because these intrusive thoughts or the cognitive distortion that may be resulting, if these are not happening, or if they are happening, could get worse. If it's getting worse, get help. Another thing you may want to consider is it may have nothing to do with moving in. 14-year-olds are notorious for pushing away from their parents and wanting distance and space and not wanting to connect. That's somewhat normal for 14-year-olds, especially boys. If they didn't, they'd never leave the house. So it's somewhat normal. And it could be that you guys moving in together is happening at the same time where he's trying to push away and be more independent. And if that's the case, that's just going to happen. And again, I don't think the advice changes. Still be patient, still be open, still be inviting. Eventually he'll see, oh, this is not such a bad place, I can hang out here. But the big thing is inviting, warm, and patient. If he's not causing too much of a problem, let him be a stick in the mud sometimes. It's unfortunately, teenagers can be sticks in the mud. It just kind of happens. Anyways, that's our question for today. Obviously, we can go a lot of different directions with this question, along with many others. But if you have more questions, you can always give us a call here at Teen Therapy Center or Child and Teen Counseling. And if you'd like your question answered here on Tips on Teens, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday at noon. Bye-bye.